Well, a Skokie businessman piloting his own plane crashes in Michigan, killing himself and 3 of his grandchildren.
A 4th grandchild, a teenager, is now the lone survivor. Reportedly, all of the children were visiting from Israel. Anita Padilla has more now from Skokie. What new information have you learned, Anita, over the past hour?
Well, you know, this has been a really tough time. I understand, though, from neighbors, though, that this was a very close family. Right now, they've got a number of friends here being very protective of the family, asking the media to stay away right now from approaching them for any information or photographs at this time, which is totally understandable. But, you know, the thing here is that this was a man who simply loved to fly his plane. This was his plane, and taking a day trip with his grandchildren was something that he enjoyed, and it was not uncommon for him to do something like that. But yesterday evening, something went terribly wrong with the plane he was piloting, and it crashed just outside of the Mackinac County Airport. It burst into flames along I-75 after flipping over when it hit the ground. Now, there were 5 people on board that plane. 72-year-old Moshe Menorah and his 4 grandkids from Israel were on board that plane. Only the 13-year-old survived the crash when he was ejected from the plane. We understand from authorities that he suffered serious burns on his body and then was airlifted eventually to a hospital in downstate Michigan where they specialize in treating those types of injuries. According to neighbors who knew Moshe, they say that his grandchildren were everything to him.
The reason he built that house was strictly for the grandchildren, because so they could come and visit and stay here like I guess they were doing this summer. Personally, I didn't know the grandchildren, but this is the type of man he was.
A close friend of the family tells us that the twin-engine Beech Baron plane that he was flying, because he was a seasoned pilot, this was a plane that he owned for his business, but he used it a lot for pleasure to take day trips, primarily with his grandchildren and close friends. We understand that he did file a flight plan at the Chicago Executive Airport in Wheeling, the old Pewaukee Airport, and apparently he was going to try and fuel up on Mackinac Island, but you cannot do that, which might explain the 5-mile hop over to the Mackinac County Airport, which is where this accident happened upon takeoff. Now, the FAA and both the NTSB and the FAA, I should say, are investigating this crash, and we should learn more as they learn more, and when we do, we will bring it to you. Reporting live from Skokie, Anita Padilla, Fox Chicago News.
Thank you, Anita.